Hey there! Welcome back to Color and Craft Haven, a little corner of calm where we can slow down, breathe, and add a little color to the day. Today we're talking about something that trips up a lot of colorists and crafters: shading. How do you make your work look soft, dimensional, and balanced without turning it into an overworked mess? If shading stresses you out, or if you've ever thought your finished project looks a little muddy, this one's for you. We're going to take the fear out of shadows and highlights and turn them into something you actually look forward to adding. Let's start with the truth. Most of us aren't afraid of shading. We're afraid of ruining something that's already looking good. You've got a beautiful flat layer of color. You pick up that darker pencil or marker and suddenly your brain goes, "Wait! What if I mess it up?" But shading isn't about perfection. It's about direction. You're not carving marble, you're just guiding the light. Once you understand where your light is coming from, shading becomes a calm, meditative step instead of a panic moment. So before you even start, take 10 seconds to imagine a tiny sun shining on your page. Is it coming from the top left? The top right? Straight on? That's all you need to know. Everything else will follow naturally. Here's the simplest version of light logic. Where the light hits, things get lighter. Where the light doesn't, things get darker. That's it. You can go deeper later, but for now we're just keeping it peaceful. Let's say you're coloring a round shape, maybe a flower petal or an apple. If your light source is at the top left, your highlight goes on the top left side of that shape. The shadow, well, it's going to fall on the bottom right. Blend softly between these two. You don't even have to mix 10 shades. 2 or 3 pencils can do wonders. If you're using markers, you can add that soft gradient just by layering a lighter color over the darker edge. Think of it like a little color hug that smooths everything out. You don't need a full set of 120 pencils to shade beautifully. In fact, fewer options can help you relax more. So here's a trick. Pick one main color, one slightly darker shade from the same family, and one slightly lighter one for blending. That's all you need, a trio. For example, for a calm ocean blue, you could use an aqua for your base, a navy for your shadows, and a sky blue for your highlights. If you don't have all 3, that's okay. You can use the same pencil and vary your pressure. Heavy where it's dark, light where it's bright. And your hand is your best blending tool. And if you're doing paper crafts or clay work, the same principle applies. Think in layers of tone. Don't fight for realism. Just play with contrast until it feels right. Now let's talk about blending, the step where most people go too far. It's easy to overwork an area trying to make it perfectly smooth, but a little texture is actually what gives your piece life. If you're coloring with pencils, remember gentle, circular motions. I know we don't always follow that, but that's the best advice. Build your layers slowly, like a warm-up rather than a sprint. Stop every once in a while, lean back, and look at your page from a little bit of distance. You'll notice that what felt uneven up close actually looks beautifully blended when you pull back. If you're using alcohol markers, let them dry completely before judging your blend. They often smooth themselves out as they set. And if you ever feel your wrists tensing up, that's your cue to pause, stretch your fingers, and breathe. We're not racing here, we're creating calm, and you're doing it for you, not anyone else. So if you like the result, that's good enough. Now once your shadows are in, it's time for the fun parts. Highlights. You can use a white pencil, gel pen, or even an eraser to gently lift some pigment. Think of highlights like little sparkles of life, the reflection in the eye, the curve of a cheek, the edge of a petal catching sunlight. They don't have to be bright white. Even a soft touch can make a huge difference. And if your picture feels flat, it's not because you shaded wrong. It's because you need just a bit more contrast. So try darkening the very deepest shadow, just slightly. That one extra step can make your whole piece pop. And this is the part where art turns into therapy. When you're shading, you're not just coloring, you're noticing. You're paying attention to pressure, to gradients, to light. It's one of the rare moments where your mind naturally slows down. Each motion is a breath. Each layer is a heartbeat. And the finished piece is your calm made visible. If your mind starts wandering or you get frustrated, remind yourself that this is not about perfection. You're practicing patience and softness. Two things that most of us could use a little more of. Here are a few little tips to make shading even easier. First, use scrap paper to test your blend. It's like stretching before a workout. Keep your pencil sharp for control, but not needle sharp. You want the edge to glide, not dig. Rotate your page if it helps your hand flow naturally towards the shadow. And try monochrome pages. Just one color in different shades. It's a relaxing way to focus purely on light and dark. Step away often. The longer you stare, the harder it is to see your progress. Walk away for 5 minutes and you'll come back with fresh eyes. Shading isn't about showing off skill, it's about showing off sensitivity. It's learning to see the little shifts in light that make the world beautiful. And the more you practice, the more you'll realize just how relaxing it can be. One day you'll catch yourself shading without thinking about it, just moving with intuition. And that's when you know you've made shading part of your creative piece. That's it for today's colorful time. What part of shading do you struggle with the most? The shadows, the highlights, or just knowing when to stop? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Take care, stay creative, and we'll see you in the next one.